Hello, didn't see you there. My name's SnewJ. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are in the beautiful Huntington Beach, California. Wow. There's a big event going on right now called Cars and Copters. Since there's gonna be helicopters at this event, that only means there's gonna be the helicopter owners who have a lot of wealth, a lot of money to buy these helicopters. I'm gonna be asking helicopter owners, what do you do for work and how can I make a lot of money like you? Let's get the video started. Damn. We need to find these helicopter owners. Come on. Look at that Aventador. Look at that red Aventador. What? There's another one. All right, I think we found our first helicopter owner. I'm curious. Let's go. I wonder who owns this. Probably this gentleman. This is your helicopter, huh?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I'm Sam.
I'm Glenn.
Nice to meet you. Glenn, how much does this helicopter cost?
This one is worth about maybe 1.7 million.
1.7 million.
Yeah.
That comes to my next question. What do you do for work?
I'm a freeway contractor, do emergency work, general engineering, construction, do a lot of paving and concrete.
Wow,
a lot of very dedicated clients in the private sector.
Okay.
So we're kind of diversified in general engineering construction.
You do a lot then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How much can one make per year doing all those things together?
I think the sky's the limit on how hard you're willing to work.
Multi-millions, you'd say?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he's making multi-millions. Now, to get to your level, do you have any like practical steps?
I don't think there's an exact science to it. It's just being willing to work.
Okay.
I started working when I was 5, sorting out nails on a job site, putting them in the bins. Because the framers, when they're pounding nails, they're dropping nails.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, you know, that was 50 years ago about, they weren't using nailers. So I started picking up nails, started sweeping floors. I've worked in kitchens, mopped floors and washed dishes growing up.
Wow.
And then just into construction.
So got into construction after that?
Got into construction, always loved construction. And then customer service, being reliable. There's so much unreliability these days, just in general. So when someone is reliable, work hard, people see that.
100%, yeah.
And people appreciate it. Burned so many times, and when they find someone that is honest and straightforward and easy to do business with, they want to do business with you again.
I like that. From there, when you got into construction, what was the point where you're like, man, I just made a big commission or I just made a big check, your first big check? What was that turning point for you?
Just wanted more of it.
Okay.
And work harder for it, and use that recipe that made that happen then, and that was back to that showing up during a storm and helping someone out of a bind and a flood, and then next thing you know, they start telling other people.
And you had a team for that, or you built a team?
I built a team.
Oh, okay, and that's how you're able to like do whatever you're doing. Okay. Wow.
And being a good boss, you know, and dealing with the millennial crowd is a little bit of a learning curve. I'm a Gen Xer, we're a little bit more, kind of hard, if you will.
I feel it.
And I was raised, in the trenches with guys that would just as soon bury you with the bulldozer if you didn't get out of the way fast enough. Where everything's kind of more warm, cuddly these days, and I'm kind of had to tone down to some of that.
That's amazing.
That hard stuff. I've got a great team.
I like that.
I've kind of built I call them millennial unicorns, the guys that are willing to show up, and my assistant, she's phenomenal. And with, you're only as good as your weakest link. So it's team building. So
pretty much what I'm getting out of all this is having a great team will get you to this next level, because you can't do it by yourself.
You can't.
I love it, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wow. Hello, sir. My name's SnewJ. How's it going?
Good. Eric Nixon.
What kind of helicopter is this, and how much does it cost?
Eurocopter EC-120.
Okay.
And they range anywhere between $400,000 and $800,000, $900,000.
Wow. What do you do for work?
I'm a construction worker.
Construction worker. Okay. How long you been doing that for?
37 years.
How much can one make doing what you do? Do you have like a team, or like how does that work?
So I run the company, but without those guys doing it, I'm nobody.
Yeah.
So I'm the guy probably with the less brains, that they're the ones that make me look good.
But you're a great team builder.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's a team. It's not just me, it's what it is. And
Yeah.
it's hard work.
Yeah.
That's all it is, it's hard work.
Yeah. How much can one make doing that? Like in your position?
I think you could probably make it $500,000.
$500,000? Okay. Wow. And then you have a helicopter, you're living a life. Let's say somebody wanted to get to your level, have a construction team, do exactly what you do, make the kind of money you make, own a helicopter. What are the first steps they got to do? Like, do they work in construction first?
Start from the bottom and work your way up, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's
Yeah.
going to take a little bit of time to do that, but again, it's hard work. It's waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning and thinking about that.
Yeah.
Again, just the hard work is what is, and surround yourself with good people.
Yeah.
Good people is what it's going to take to succeed. Show positiveness, not negative.
In your position to get to your level, did you do construction first? Like, were you working construction? And then what gave you that? What was that moment when you're like, you know what? I want to start my own company. Like, what made you think like that?
I never wanted to own my own company.
Yeah.
I run a construction company for a gentleman, and so he owns it, but I run it all for him.
Yeah.
And he's a good man that allowed me to do that. And again, it was a goal of mine. I wanted to always challenge myself to see what I can do.
Yeah.
And that was one of them. Let me
Okay.
succeed in this construction company.
Okay, that's amazing.
Challenges.
Yeah. Oh man. Wow. This is the first time I'm actually in a helicopter, guys. Look at that. That's crazy. How you doing, sir? My name's SnewJ. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. We see this helicopter over here. You're the owner. How much does this cost?
Well, it's expensive.
Like, what? If I wanted to buy this from you right now, how much would you sell?
Any turbine helicopters are going to be probably, of this caliber, are going to be $1 million or greater.
$1 million or more. Wow. What do you do for work?
I'm in private equity.
Private equity. Okay.
Private equity, you look like you're not sure what that is.
I'm curious, just like everybody else. You help
Private
people
equity
with.
is capitalizing businesses, and in a lot of cases, but not always, they're startup companies.
Okay.
And so I provide capital to a startup company. We build the company together, and then we exit out of the company, or we grow it to become a sustainable business.
How long you been doing that for?
Many years.
Let's say I'm starting in ground zero and I want to get into private equity. Do I have to go to college for that, or?
Well, you have to have a pretty strong grasp of business and finance, but it's not one of those things that is easily learned, and it does take being in the right place at the right time, having right mentors,
Okay.
people that you can look up to, people that you can work with.
Okay.
And it's a lot about connections, and again, being in the right place at the right time. My very first project, my largest project in that space, was Yard House Restaurants.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. Yard House.
So,
Yeah.
When Yard House was started in the late 90s.
So you're a part of the start.
In the beginning.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
I invested in Yard House. The owners of Yard House, were brilliant in their development of the company and where they took it.
Yeah.
And with guys like myself and other investors, we helped grow the company to where it eventually became what it is today.
That's amazing.
There were steps along the way where we exited out.
Yeah.
Larger companies came in. It's now owned by Darden Restaurants, which is a publicly traded company.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing. Do you own this private equity firm, or?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. In order to own one of those, you have to work for one first, I'm assuming,
well,
or how did?
it depends on the origin of where you start your business from. It could be, you could be working for any number of people. You could be working for mothers.
Okay.
And mothers could have a big client, and that likes who you are.
Yeah.
And says, hey, come under my wing. I want to show you the ropes so that you can start your own business or start your own company. Private equity, really, you have to have had some success to build up capital.
Okay.
With which to reinvest the capital.
Got you.
Okay, so, but in terms of starting a business, it's who you associate yourself with.
Okay.
And finding that right mentor. I've had a couple of mentors in my life when I was younger.
Yeah.
That were literally when I was in my early 20s, mid 20s.
Yeah.
One of my closest friends, he was 50 years old and he owned a company that was very successful. And we literally spent, most of my 2 or 3 years together as really good friends, and I learned a lot from him. We started a couple of companies together. He helped get me started.
That's amazing.
And, from there, the rest is history.
Yeah. And was he in private equity as well?
No,
Or?
he just owned a couple of very successful companies.
Yeah.
But once you exit out of those companies, you can then decide whether or not you want to start a new company, or you can then take your proceeds from that and divest them into other businesses.
Yeah.
And you kind of, by doing that, you know, maybe you're like, okay, hey, I made a lot of money selling this one company. I want to start another company similar, or I want to go and start a company over here.
Yeah.
You can choose that path.
Yeah.
Or you could take your money and say, hey, I'm going to go invest a little here, a little here, a little here, and I'm going to help these little companies grow.
Yeah.
And you know, build them all up.
I love that.
That's the direction I went.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm getting out of all this is like you had mentorship, the mentors that kind of like gave you the shortcuts and like through their own experiences helped you along the way.
It's the mentorship. It's who you associate yourself with. It's, you know, if there are successful people in your life, the one thing you want to do is learn from them.
Yeah.
Become friends with them, get close to them, ask them the questions. Instead of that 2 or 3 hours hanging out at the bar drinking with your buddies, spend that 2 or 3 hours with that other person.
Yeah, because that's knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the more you do that with the more successful people, you pick up tidbits of information from everybody.
I love that.
You know, information, connections, associations, networking, all of that will get you somewhere. If you're just hanging out with the same group of guys, your same buddies every weekend,
that level,
you're not going to go anywhere.
I like that.
You know, you're going to be a big fish in this little pond.
Yeah, no, I feel that. That's
and
true.
so-
For the private equity space, how much can one usually make?
Depends. You have to have capital with which to deploy.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. And you know, you really have to be in the right place, right time, or have a fortuitous event. I have a friend that didn't have much money at all, but he invested early into crypto.
Yeah.
So that went 1,000 times. Now he's a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that didn't really take association or network or anything. That was being in the right place at the right time.
Right.
Being lucky. You know, Yard House Restaurants was another one.
Yeah.
Restaurants are very risky.
Yeah.
But I used to patronize it and I go, this is a great concept. I love the concept. You know, it's always busy Friday, Saturday night. But, you know, you can't get in there. 2-hour wait in Long Beach. This, that. So the opportunity came. I felt like it was a very safe opportunity that could really
100%.
So, you know, for every one successful Yard House restaurant, there's 1,000 that fail or 10,000 that fail.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's one of those things that it's not all about stay in school or how smart you are.
Yeah.
It's being in the right place at the right time.
Right.
Having the right associations, meeting the right people.
Okay.
And that network, because it's a combination of all of that.
Gotcha.
I hate it when people say, "Oh, you know, what's your suggestion for meeting?"
Work hard. And
some guy says, "Oh, well, stay in school."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, school is important.
Yeah.
But only to a certain point.
It's a tool.
Yes, it's a tool. You have to have, you know, a rudimentary understanding of finances and the way the world works, business-wise.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is really, you know, I think people genetically also. I mean, some people have it in their they're always thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Always looking at something, trying to figure out how to make it better.
Yeah.
And improve on it.
Yeah.
And that you can't learn.
I love that.
You know? I have classmates of mine from school that blew me away GPA-wise.
Yeah, but
they're
when it
still,
comes to real life,
they're still making $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
You know, being an accountant.
Yeah.
Somewhere, right?
Damn.
And they're smart and they're really great at accounting, but that's their limit. They hit their ceiling.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I've never seen so many Koenigsegg's in one place, in one sitting. We interviewed the guy that owned the helicopter. He owns some of these Koenigseggs. That means he makes crazy money. Look at this one. Damn. Sheesh. So look, guys, so these events, there's a lot of people. So it's hard to find these helicopter owners. Good thing we came a little early and caught at least three of them. So I'm thankful for that. Great information. It wasn't cliche. Hopefully you guys can take that and learn from it and do something with it. Remember, when you want something in this life, don't wait for the opportunity, create the opportunity, okay? Beautiful Huntington Beach. You see the vibes. We love it. And I love you.
You tell me I'm
No
someone
hezzy.
you want. You tell me I'm something you need. But baby, you know that I'm bad for you, yeah. Why you gotta be so naive? If I treat you like one I don't want, then you know I'm just so hard to please. I lie to your face to get what I want, babe. Somehow you keep calling to me.